have to lean over so far.
Yeah, drag it out. If you go over to Mozilla, all of the posts are ready. So you can just go across tabs, hit tweet, go to SNES's Life, hit publish down at the bottom of that one. Hey guys, welcome back to the couch. Submit post. Over the announcements, just hit enter. I'm Joe.
I am also Joe.
And we are back tonight, Saturday night. Now Joey beat Super R-Type on Wednesday. Now last time we beat a game early, we did a free night. But we decided tonight, instead, what we are going to do is we have a number of games coming up that we just want to do one night coverage of. And this is going to be one of them, so we figured we'd just accelerate our gameplay. So tonight, we're bringing you, as you can see from the background there, Populous. Populous was a computer game originally released for the Amiga personal computer in 1989. You're going to see that very quickly when we get into the actual gameplay, that this was designed for a computer, not for a console. So, let's do our usual stuff. Joey, what do you think of the box art?
I think the box art actually looks pretty cool.
Yeah, box art sells me on the game for sure.
The ultimate triumph of good over evil.
I mean, I don't care about the tagline per se, but the box art is pretty cool. You got a big castle being like jutted up from the earth and lava. You got a couple of souls, not skulls really, flying around, a lightning storm. So, very cool box art. I mean, that alone would have probably sold me on the game. You want to go ahead and bring us into the instruction manual?
Where is that?
It's towards the top. It says manual.
Oh.
There you go. And then go down to the, and then you can left-right key. So here we got the instruction booklet. Main cover page. You can see it's
oh my god,
basically a duplicate of the box art.
There was a Simpsons game on the SNES?
Yeah, we'll get to it.
I knew there was a Simpsons game, but I didn't realize it was SNES.
Oh yeah, it's been on. Well, they put out Simpsons on a number. I mean, dude, the Simpsons has been around since like 1987. That cartoon is like 30 plus years old, still making new cartoons.
It's not like the GTA one, right?
No.
Because that's the one I remember.
No. And WWF WrestleMania and Smash TV. We'll get to both of those. Smash TV, as Dave has pointed out a number of times, is the game he's looking forward to us playing.
Is that the claymation fighting one?
No. It's kind of like The Running Man. You probably have no idea what The Running Man is.
Nope.
No, I really need to get to showing you some older movies. Anyway, primary booklet. You get the box art again on the front page, and go ahead and move us in here. We got the story. You are the supreme being with the power to command the forces of nature. So yeah, you're basically God in this game, is where it goes. You want to keep rolling. So we have in the game, this is all how to play the game. There's a lot of how to play the game. Your controls, you get a color screenshot there. The book is full color. I always approve of a full color rule book. I don't care for black and whites. Like, they had the ability to do full color. There's no reason not to.
Right.
Here we get some real simple black and white line art or not animation, but line art drawings.
It's telling you what's what.
Yeah, this tells you what all your different choices are. Jesus, when you get into the game, you're going to see there's a lot of them. If you've not seen Populous before, there's a lot. Keep rolling. It's a very wordy instruction manual. It's not SimCity.
Not SimCity.
It's not SimCity length, but boy, it isn't really that far off. Just keep on rolling. Here we get some more screenshots. A number of the things you can do as the god is you can cause earthquakes and you can create swamps. You can alter basically the way the planet looks, which is a massive part of the gameplay, if not the primary part of the gameplay. And so this is just walking you through all those different things you can do. More commands, your options menus, more commands, how to save the game, load a game, more explanations, how you actually win the game, the passwords to get to the levels where you're at. This one here, you got an explanation on that side of the terrain. So it tells you the different types of terrain. That does matter in the game, but not going to matter so much for us explaining it to you. You got a lot of it. Then, of course, you got your 90-day warranty and all that. So that's it. You got, what is that, like 26 pages or
37.
something? 37 pages. So it's a wordy manual. I don't know if you guys remember SimCity. That was what, like 70? It was a big damn.
I think it was like 80 something.
It was a big manual. So this one rivals SimCity, not quite at the same length, but it's pretty wordy. So you want to go ahead and roll us back over to OBS, and you can shut that manual off, and we will get into the actual gameplay here. It's on.
Is it?
Yeah.
What's that one do?
That's the game itself.
Okay.
Which currently has no sound. You want to roll over to YouTube? That way we can see if people join us. Oh, goodness.
You see, so far it looks okay.
Yeah, so
Much
far
better than Draken.
Oh, my God. Easily better than Draken. So you had your little thing there. Now here's where you start to get questionable.
This looks more like it would be a board game cover.
So it's still not bad.
No, I wouldn't say it's bad at all.
But it got cartoonier. For sure. Now, you got your tutorial, your conquest, and your custom. We're just going to go into conquest.
They had like a skull in the sand, kind of like Agrabah.
So, here's all your options. There's a lot of options. I don't remember what half of them do, and I'm not going to change a lot of things here. We're just going to get straight into a game. So, yeah. Now this is obviously a single player game. This came out in 1989, so this is a port of a much older game.
So how are we counting deaths? Are we counting deaths as in like you lose?
I don't I really don't know that there's a way for me to lose this game. So you can see kind of what I'm doing here is I'm using my godlike abilities to make the land up. And the reason you do that is you need flat land to make your little towns. You can see as I flatten the land, my little towns are getting bigger. And as you do that, the more towns you have and the bigger they are, the more followers you'll get. And the followers is a correlation to your mana. And mana is what gives you the ability to do your powers like raise land and get... eventually you can start causing earthquakes across the planet. That's how you kind of really disrupt the computer. See, now I've got a castle. And there's my little guy going out to start another village, ideally. So the first part of the game very much centers around exactly this. You are raising the land, attempting to get your people to build villages as quickly as they can. Because you see over on the right, you got that little shield graphic. The left side is my people, and the right side is the enemy people. What we got?
Scott says, whoa, not good, that's SNES graphics.
No, again, this was a port from the Amiga personal computer, and that was 1989. This is in the 90s, so they really should have not just direct ported. You would think they would have upgraded it some.
Was that the thing you told me that was like...
Also, welcome back to the chat, Scott. Thanks for joining us tonight. We appreciate it, as always.
What was the Amiga handheld computer? Was that the thing you
It was not handheld, for one. It was a personal computer. Like, it was a desktop computer. So the point is it had a mouse. Now, one of the things I said at the very beginning was you guys will see that this was created for a computer. And the point of me saying that is you can see there is a bevy of options down here on the screen. Come on, damn it. The controls are not super good. All right, so when you go down to the options, it pauses the screen. So you can see I have a little select cursor over on the left. Now I've got, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 commands on the left. Now it's over on the right. I got another 10, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 commands on the right. That Z one is the pause button. It just shows that you're paused, which you also pauses when you go and select like this. So you got 20 different commands down there. Now, this was clearly designed for a computer mouse, okay? You were supposed to have a mouse. You could click on your commands. You can move around a lot smoother. What's he saying?
I needed a break from editing my audio halfway through screwed up, so not having to remember all that I said and re-record and mix it in with my co-hosts.
It is the worst, Scott. I've been doing podcasts for years on my miniature and board gaming front, and boy do I feel the pain when you lose a show and you're like, now I have to redo everything. It sucks. So yeah, so you can see, I've got a couple castles. My followers are grown up. We can scroll real quick down here to the enemy's base. You can see them kind of moving around. And so here's one of the things to me. Came out in 1991. My first experience with a RTS, real-time strategy game, top-down, which is pretty much what this is. This is an RTS, top-down. My first experience with that was Warcraft 2 on the PC. That was probably in like 94, maybe 93. And this came out in 91. And now I never played this as a kid, but that is exactly what this is. It is an RTS. And I didn't realize that like when I was a kid. Like I remember distinctly seeing it. But boy, I don't remember ever having played it.
Scott said his was Age of Empires.
AoE's good. Nothing wrong with Age of Empires. I do
still had better graphics.
Oh yeah, Age of Empires had better graphics than this. Although the original it had its roughness too. Like you can't deny that. Excuse me. So yeah, we're gonna spend the first good chunk of the game basically just trying to build up my followers here, and you can see up on the up on the top there's another bar of what looks like options. Now those actually aren't options. That is your mana bar, and the more followers I have, the further that little arrow moves down the mana bar from top of the screen to the right side of the screen. And as it gets down there, I will get access to my other spells, like the Earthquake. I can dump Earthquakes on the enemy. I can do swamps. I can basically swampland the enemy's land so that they can't do anything with it. It is vastly important. The more followers you have, just the more you can do. And this is killing me because you have to be able to see your little flags on your towns to actually like alter the ground. And so until my people move a little further out, I'm getting kind of restricted on what I can and can't do. Now, the sound, as you can or maybe can't hear, is very quiet. There's no real music per se. There's some like chanting. I don't know if you guys can hear the chanting or not.
I can.
I know. I figured you probably could.
It is quiet, though.
It is very quiet. Not that that's bad, but it's not great either. That's for sure. My dudes need to really get their butts in gear here. I guess I have towns now I can put out. This is called the Papal Magnet. So that is an interesting bit.
What is it?
It is essentially, once you drop it down, your people start kind of moving around some more. Whoever touches it first, whichever one of your people first touches this thing, will become your leader. And then your leader, you can eventually upgrade to a knight. Your knight goes off and kills the enemy outpost if possible. So it's kind of important. So I have enough mana now. I'm going to drag you down here. And we're going to earthquake the hell out of this poor dude's things. Because I can. So you can see his stuff there.
And what's that very right one?
Boom! And there goes his towns.
What's the very right one do?
Which one?
On the bar, the skull and crossbones.
So there are a couple of options on here. There's the skull and crossbones is called Armageddon, and then there's one next to it, just kind of north of it by the music notes, is called Flood. I have not gotten either of those to work, even if I have the mana for them. I've read the instruction manual, and it just says press the A button the second time while it's flashing, and I still haven't gotten it to work. So I don't know. Maybe that's an issue with the port. Maybe something didn't cross over correctly. We got Scott saying anything we should respond to?
Man, the UI is painful too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can tell it was not designed for a console, which is unfortunate. Because, if the game was and you can actually increase the game speed too. I should say that. you can increase game speed, but it's pretty rough. Like, not gonna lie.
They really need to start.
Yeah, they are. My people are being slow. I mean, I got 4 castles, which is quite a bit. But I could certainly stand some more. And they're just dragging butt. I thought maybe dropping the ground would get rid of these trees. Oh, crap. Well, that wasn't my plan. I got people now. Hey. All right, there's a person. Hey! You walked right out and built me a castle. Good job, sir. Good job. So, yeah, unfortunately, like I said, a large abundance of time is basically spent diddling around with this until you eventually... In this particular game, I'm going to have to try and connect my island with the enemy island at some point.
Scott said, can we increase stream speed so we can skip this game? Well...
I mean, that is one of the reasons we chose to play this tonight, was specifically so that we could, you know, not have to do it later. God, look at this. The enemy's got dudes over here, too. That's... Oh. Hey. Eat Earthquake, you bastard. It is kind of fun playing God.
It's kind of terrifying.
You see the one fall in the water. Unfortunately, I mean, unless my dudes start really moving around here, you know, you can see the 2 bars over on the right, the blue bar being me and the red bar being him. He's going to end up doing a hell of a lot more than I am. Kind of upsets me. It's not my fault that the game is moving slow for me. My followers suck. Come on, fellas. Maybe if I do this, they'll get moving a little faster. I hate to smash my castles, but I guess if it gets these guys out, putting more cities down, then that's what I really need.
Scott says, want to play God, go play ActRaiser instead.
Yeah, that's coming up too. Now, I remember playing ActRaiser as a kid, and I remember not being good at it. And I don't know that that's going to get any better with age. So, we'll see. I don't have a lot of hope in that one. But you never know, I guess. Look at that. Now we got some castles going here. So, in terms of RTS, Joey, have you played RTSs?
I have.
What have you played?
Oh shoot, I've played Sid Civ, and I have played... I can't even remember the name of it. I'm not a huge fan of RTSs.
Which breaks my heart.
I don't know why. I guess for the same reason I'm not a huge fan of SimCity. I just don't like those kinds of games. But, shoot, what is the one game that Blizzard made?
StarCraft.
StarCraft, yeah.
And that is why it breaks my heart. Because I wanted so desperately to get Joey playing StarCraft with me a long time ago, and he just doesn't care for it, and it just hurts.
You got me to play WoW, so...
I mean, WoW is not StarCraft.
I know WoW's not StarCraft, which is why I like WoW.
Killing me.
It's nothing against StarCraft.
Killing
StarCraft's
me,
a
Smalls.
good game. I just don't like it.
You should like StarCraft on the basis that it launched the esport. Like, esports did not exist. I mean, I guess
It would be StarCraft and I think Dota.
No. Warcraft on its own was an enormous thing in Korea, which is really where esports got a big kickoff. Because down, wherever you want to consider Korea, esports is huge. Like, they had 24 hours a day, 7 days a week video games on TV long before we started doing anything like that in America. They really are the ones that put esports out there. So
Scott says play StarCraft for the story.
The story in StarCraft is actually surprisingly good.
You see, there are quite a few games that, like, the story in them just seems better than the game itself.
StarCraft's gameplay was super solid, though. Whoops. Alright. I gotta go slow him down.
Speaking of games that have books, I did want to read the Warcraft books.
There were Warcraft books. I mean, that wouldn't surprise me in the least.
Or not Warcraft, Warhammer?
Warhammer has a lot of novels. Let's flood this little dude's area here. Eat flood. Oh, that hardly did anything. There we go. Kill some farm fields. Blow some places up.
It looked like you just flattened out the land.
It did. Sometimes it's pretty random. One of the things that you can really screw a character up with is the volcano. So yeah, you see it just threw all that rocky crap in his way and like smashed a couple cities. Boom. Yeah, volcano's super devastating because it just smashes a ton of ground out from under him. Any cities that are there suddenly turn into rocks. Whoops. But it's a pretty important deal as far as that's one of the problem is I've read a lot of online stuff where people are like, yeah, once you set the computer up to a certain difficulty, it does that to you all the time. And it's like, and they're like, it doesn't take the computer half the time to build up its mana bar as it does the player. So if you set the game speed to like super fast, it just starts crushing you, which I'm never going to get to because we're only playing this one night. That's a fact. We can see I got a lot of castles now. Things are really moving along. If you look over on the right, you can see the computer's still beating me out here. Eat some cliff there, pal. And boom.
Ooh, that one looked like it did more.
Yeah, I did some damage to him there. Let's, whoops. No, come on now. I want to move my papal magnet down here. I'm going to get my leader down here so I can get ready to turn him into a knight. And then once we connect these land bridges, I'll start heading over and killing some computer.
Scott says, how about 1 hour instead? Actually, since it's a Saturday, it is going to be 1 hour either way.
We're only doing 1 hour tonight. That's a fact. And after that, we'll kick back up to Joey's Legend of Zelda playthrough. So, I mean, really, if you look at the game, the graphics aren't amazing, but they're not bad for 1991, I don't think. Now, the thing that makes it the worst is how small of an area you have to work. I felt like they really could have branched out further, and that would have improved the gameplay a lot. But I didn't design the game, so who the hell am I? Oop, that's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Let's see how old computer's getting along over here.
Better than you are. According to the bar, at least.
That just means he has more followers. Which he probably does. Oh, what's this nonsense? You got a castle? Now you got a mountain. Eat that. And have some swampland. It's just mean. This game is very mean. Without really trying to be. So, let's try and talk a little more. Now, you said you played StarCraft. But that's the only RTS you've ever really played?
That one and Sid Meier's Civilization, and I think I played the fifth one of that. I don't remember.
Don't look at me.
I know you don't know. I played it with my friend Matthew. He had it on his computer, and he loved that game.
I remember playing Civ when I was a kid. And it was probably like Civ 2, maybe. And I did not care for Civilization, which is a little strange considering how much I enjoyed things like StarCraft and stuff. But I think Civ had more of a historical bend to it, and I didn't particularly care for that. I wanted science fiction and fantasy. Like StarCraft and Warcraft ruined me on RTSs as far as out of what I wanted to get from them, you know. Oh, look at it. The computer's been swamping me. I didn't even notice it.
Jake is back in the chat. He says, jumping in while I'm waiting for my podcast to upload.
I didn't realize the computer was swamping my stuff. No wonder he's doing better than me. That just tells you got to keep an eye on what the hell's going on, and I have not been doing such.
You just kind of swamped a straight line down your...
Yeah, he did.
thing.
And the only way to get rid of any of that is to raise and lower your land again. At least that's the only way I know of.
Jake says, Age of Empires 2 remains my favorite RTS. I still play it on Steam with a group of friends.
Come on, thing. Oh, yeah. Well, guess what, friend?
Oh.
2 can play this game. Eat a mountain. What else we got around here to kill, huh? Oh, pff, that helped him.
Build a mountain in it.
Again, you can't always stop him. There, the guy walking around with little Ankh, he's currently my leader. I think... Let's get people moving towards that thing. I want to get him turned into a knight sooner rather than later. This looks like a good place to connect down here. Ah, what the hell? Let's connect some continents here.
Well, he's trying to do that as well.
I see.
Got a bit of flat land over here.
And now he's got a mountain. What's he doing to me over here? Anything? It's kind of hard to keep track of everything. Especially like once you start getting spread out. Where's my leader at? Right there. I think it's time to turn you into a knight. Clink. So now you can see he's a knight. And he's immediately going to start walking towards the enemy to fight them.
Do you now have to place a new Ankh?
Nope, the Ankh stays. You're basically, as far as I know, you're kind of out of luck until he dies. Then you have to get your people to turn into a new... You have to have someone else turn into a leader. Where in the hell is this guy going?
I don't think he knows.
He's confused. He's like, there's nowhere for me to go. I'm not connected.
It's interesting how weak this second wave of games seems when compared with the initial release game.
Isn't it? I thought the same thing, dude. I was like, considering how good the first 5 games were, these ones are really, really dropping the ball.
Jake says this one seems like an interesting concept, but something I wouldn't want to play on console.
Yes. Now, Jake, I don't know if you caught the beginning of the stream. This was originally made in 1989 for the Amiga personal computer. And boy, you can tell. I'm not sure where the hell he is going. Oh, there he's fighting the dude. You can hear the little sword clangs. Eventually, he will fight the houses themselves and burn them down, which is the preferred. Anyway, eventually, so you can see my population meter on the left is now full. Theirs is not. So I am technically doing better at this point, but there's just...
We still got another 30 minutes of this game.
Yeah. And eventually you have to kill their entire population. So it is super necessary to actually get that knight moving. Where in the hell did he go?
What is that thing?
He's still wandering around like a goon. Just killing people. He's not even burning their houses down, which he should be doing. Oh, there we go. Boom, there goes a house. Now he's getting to work. So I'm not sure that I could possibly get, if this guy touches that Ankh and grabs a shield, I might be able to turn him into a knight as well. And he did, so I probably can get a second knight. Alright, so I can get a couple different knights rolling around. That'll really increase speed of things. Should, ideally. Yep, there's another knight. So we'll just let these dudes keep trucking into it. We'll keep turning them into knights. And as we move, we will move. There we go. So now I got like 5 knights rolling. So yeah, let's see. Has he smashed any more of my land recently? Nope, doesn't look like it. Let's go. Yeah, see, now I'm burning houses down. That's what we want.
His population meter went way down.
Oh yeah, I'm stomping his face apparently. Look at his people run away.
What is that thing? The weird...
That's... So I have an Ankh. He has like a skull thing. That's his thing.
Ah.
Eat an earthquake.
It's the, quote, good versus evil.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like he's going to get a knight.
Let's see if I can do Armageddon, which has never worked before.
It doesn't look like you have enough mana.
Oh, yeah, I'm not at the Armageddon level yet, am I? I didn't even notice that. Look at that knight go. Now, he will eventually die, even to just schmucks. But he's certainly doing his job so far. So, it is interesting. This is credited as being one of the first God-type games.
I think you have enough mana now. Oh, it just wiped all of his cities.
Oh, so it appears to be doing what it was supposed to do, which is it summons everyone basically to the center of the map for one giant battle. And then the idea being that whoever has the most population will actually win. Apparently the center of the map is in the water, according to the way it looks like they're going. Ideally, I should win because my population bar is way higher than his. So, yeah, you can see everybody's cities went away and all the guys went to the middle of the map. And my population bar is decreasing something fierce now as well, but his is basically gone. Game 1, Battles 149. Now you can see the number of knights, towns, and castles all dropped out to 0 because I did that Armageddon thing and summoned everybody to the middle. But that is a game of Populous. What we got in the chat there? Jake, thanks for joining us tonight. I don't remember whether I actually said thanks for joining us or not.
Nothing new.
Nothing new. So, I wish I could say that the game changed a lot. Well done, mortal. You've conquered Genesis.
I don't know if I like that.
Yeah, that is a creepy looking bro, isn't it?
His chin movement, I don't like.
He's supposed to be like another deity, another god. He looks like death. He's got the black hood and a very white, like...
It looks kind of like a vampire.
I don't know what you want him to be, but he's pretty creepy looking. Like, that's hard to argue. So up there at the top, you get your code. So we can do another world to conquer. It is only 9:35, so yeah. we'll play some more. Yeah, one of the reasons we're only doing this for one night is because just like SimCity, like
this is a slow game.
This is not going to be an exciting game to watch for multiple nights. There's just no way, you know.
A new version of DivX is available.
Yeah, just hit no. So yeah, coming up in the next couple weeks, we have, well, we've got UN Squadron coming next week, which I'm pretty excited about. Mostly because it's another shmup, and we already know that me and Joey are pretty fond of those so far. And then after that, we have...
Jake said, yeah, I see death or a drow elf.
Yeah, it could be a drow, for sure. After that, we have baseball, golf, the first Madden game,
Ooh, that
tennis,
should be interesting.
tennis at some point. We got a lot of sports games coming up. And
oh, wait, which tennis?
I don't know. Super tennis, I think. We have a lot of sports games coming up. Those are going to be one-day coverages because we are not sports people. and that's to be polite about.
Yep,
about it.
That's definitely the game I thought it was.
No, I don't want a castle. Castles take too long to generate more people.
Ooh,
I need more towns first. So yeah, that's... Again, we moved on to Populous just because it seemed a nice, logical one-night thing to do for
Jake's
Saturday.
Sports game vomit.
Yep, that's pretty much where we're at. We are not sports people in our household. That's a fact.
The only exception I'll make to a sort of sports game is Kirby's Dream Course, which is kind of a mini golf game.
Yeah, I'll say not really a sports game. I mean, sports in the roughest sense, you know.
Hi.
You don't say. We got the dog joining us here and sneezing, apparently. I don't know. You got anything to talk about, Joe? You should help come up with topics, too, you know.
Have we done books yet?
We've talked TV shows, movies, music genres. I don't think we've really talked about books. We both like to read. I think I read a smidge more than you do.
Yeah.
What do you got for books? What do you want to talk about?
Well, I mean, we may as well start with what's our favorite genre.
A genre?
Yeah.
Favorite book genre? That's hard. I read a lot of different stuff. I guess if I had to give a classification, I'd probably say sci-fi.
Ooh, wait, Jake says I played Gradius 3 on PS2, so that game is hard. Did it have the slowdown on the PS2?
I assume it did.
I don't know, because if it didn't, then I feel like that would have changed the game, especially around level 2.
Yeah, but we still enjoyed the hell out of Gradius even with.
Yeah, that's fair.
He's talking Gradius, not our type.
I know.
Like, we thoroughly enjoyed Gradius.
No slowdown, but didn't get far at all. Like, not even first boss.
Yeah, it's amazing when you come back to some of these games and you play them and you're like, oh, this should be fine. And then you get in there and you're like, oh, this is NES hard.
Jake says, but only got to play for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's not really long enough to get to the first boss, hardly. I mean, unless you're having like a flawless run. Which, certainly not impossible. So, again, we see the graphics. I don't think the graphics are bad. I think they could have angled out a little more on your screen. But, I don't know, they're colorful. It's as colorful as some of the the original launch games. So, you can't really knock them for that.
I still think it's better than Draken and
Yes.
Chess Master.
It is for sure better than Draken, I think. And, yeah, better than Chess Master. Which, as a point of note, were also ports from old computer games. So, I don't know. Maybe The original 5 games for the SNES were, Nintendo developed launch titles, and then it seems like the next 4 or 5 games they came out with were ports from previous systems of some kind. And maybe that's the failing. Maybe that's why they sucked so much, is for whatever reason Nintendo came out on their own for their launch titles.
Nintendo's just really good at making games.
Right. Well, I mean, they are, as it happens. But, they came out, made launch titles that were amazing. And then after that, maybe they slowed down. They were like, well, we need games from somewhere. So they started just dragging ports out. And the ports just weren't as good. I mean, it's the only thing I can come up with.
Which, that is unfortunate, but...
Oops. Come on, fellas. Let's knock this out of the park, huh?
So enemies change a bit, so the sand dragons... they change shape a bit, so the sand dragons are like a weird sphinx.
Oh, are we talking Gradius?
Gradius.
Let's see, where is the enemy? Oh, he's way down here. You know what he could use?
Volcano?
I don't have the power of volcano yet, but I can do an earthquake! Oh, that was a rough one for him. Is he doing anything to me yet? Doesn't look like it.
Yeah, his bar went way down.
I gotta admit, I do really enjoy messing with the poor computer. It's just fun to scroll over to his screen and be like, hey, you know that nice little city you've got going there? Boom!
Jake says, I guess if you have to choose between an amazing first wave or a crap first wave and a great second wave, you want a strong open for a console. I agree with that. First impressions are great because if you start off terribly, no one's going to be paying attention to the rest of your games.
That's true. You do need a strong launch, and boy, Super Nintendo knocked the strong launch out of the park, man. Like, they really went to work and did their job well.
Jake says, so on to books. What are you both reading currently? Currently, I'm reading a book. I think the name of it's called Soul of the World.
What's it?
I'm not super far into it, but it's about this girl who has, it's in this world where they have these ley lines of magic. And only certain people can use magic, but certain people are also gifted with the ability to use magic outside of the ley lines. And she's one of them, and she's fighting the Empire, whatever country she's in.
The evil Empire!
But, I don't know, it's not very entertaining to me. It hasn't gotten into the part of the book where it starts getting good.
Hasn't gotten there yet.
Yeah, but the books that I just recently finished were all of the Lord of the Rings novels. It's the second time I've read them.
Don't get me wrong. Now, I liked the Lord of the Rings, but God, I don't know that I would bother reading them twice.
Well, I read it and I got through like half of that entire like large book we have.
Yeah.
And then I stopped reading it and then I read through it all.
Yeah, I've got the collection in a single book, so... I am currently reading a group of books called the Dark Sword Trilogy. It was written by a couple of authors who wrote a bunch of the Dragonlance novels, so it is very fantasy themed. It is a world full of magic where the mages are all pompous bastards. But what happened is at some point, they draw magic from the earth, but they need the magic to be pulled from the earth and given to them. So they have a religion of priests called the Catalysts. And these Catalysts pull the magic from the earth and then grant it to the mages. So the Catalysts are kind of like secretly really the ones in control. And they don't, the mages haven't quite figured that out yet for some stupid reason. They're very against technology. And the main character is basically learned how to bring technology back into the world. And so, it's interesting.
Jake says, I enjoy listening to Lord of the Rings, but reading, especially the Two Towers, I find tough. Bam. And he says, ooh, I love Dragonlance. And
yeah, the Dragonlance novels are great.
Speaking of books that I think I'd find interesting, I really find things like mythology interesting, like Norse mythology and Greek mythology and all that. You aren't in the flag zone. Do you think that D&D has like novels just to read?
Oh yeah, that's what Dragonlance is.
Okay.
Dragonlance takes place mostly in. Is it Jag? Maybe you can remember this. Is it in Eberron or in Faerun or? I know there's a ton of them in the Greyhawk setting. I have not read a lot of the Dragonlance novels, but I know they're out there. There is just a boatload of them. One of the interesting things that
Jake says Dragonlance is its own setting.
See, I have days where I'm just not here. One of the things that WotC did do this year, WotC is short for Wizards of the Coast, in case anybody listening doesn't know. They started doing D&D Choose Your Own Adventure books. And my buddy Ryan has one that I'm going to borrow from him pretty soon. He's almost done with it. And I've really gotten back into the old Choose Your Own Adventure books over the last year, so I'm pretty excited to give that one a whirl.
Jake says, I looked up the Dragonlance continent name. I couldn't remember, and it is Kryn.
Yeah, there's no way I'd have remembered that.
The D&D Choose Your Own Adventure books are fun for sure. We have them at the library.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're the librarian, aren't you? I forget about that. I wish we had a good library. I mean, we have a good library, but they don't do much as far as community involvement that I'm interested in.
He says they're written for like a 10 to 13 age audience, but a lot of fun.
Trying to say something? Man, do I have a papal magnet somewhere? Oh, I do.
What is your favorite book?
Woof.
There's a lot of books that you have read, but
yeah, I mean, you guys can't see. We've got a couple big bookshelves over here just crammed with stuff. I can see a whole shelf of Stephen King.
Go down through there.
I've got a whole shelf of Stephen King, a whole shelf of Gotrek and Felix novels, a whole shelf of Uncle John's bathroom reader. If you guys don't know what bathroom reader is, it's exactly what it sounds like. So take that for what it is.
It's got a lot of interesting information.
For sure, dude. Like the Uncle John's Ultimate Bathroom Reader is really just a book of useless information to read while you're on the crapper. It's funny though.
Weird trivia knowledge.
Let's go down here. Oh, look at you. You think you're going to get somewhere with a castle. You're going to get an earthquake. That's where. Bam, sucker. Yeah, there's something really satisfying about just finding your enemy and being like, hey, guess what? No, nothing for you. It's the small things, really. Eat some swampland. Oh, I didn't do a damn thing, hardly. Let's see. I got some nice...
Take one graphics. Sucker.
Hey, Sick One. Thanks for joining. My knights disappeared. Where the hell did they go?
Down?
No, this thing should take me to them. It's like they died or something already. That's some nonsense and a half.
Jake says, Joe, if you want to read D&D novels, I definitely recommend either original Dragonlance trilogy or Forgotten Realms. The Cleric Quintet, both great, a lot of fun.
Now, Forgotten Realms, was that or Greyhawk? Was that Gygax's original world? I can't remember. Boop, 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 boop.
I really like mythologies with multiple gods and like the stories that they follow. And he says Greyhawk is Gygax's original world.
That's what I couldn't remember, but
like I think my favorite is probably the Greek mythology and the stories with that.
it's like Zeus and stuff.
Yeah. And specifically like the Order of the Gods, and I really like the mythologies where it has stories about like people killing the gods and then taking over as them. which is something I know D&D does. There are many stories of gods that have been killed and other people have taken over as in their place.
Wouldn't be much fun if your character couldn't become a god himself, you know?
I think the god my paladin is following is Heronius, which is a 3rd edition god, I think.
I got nothing.
I don't remember.
You're way far, way in the past on that one for me there, Chief.
Jake says, if you like the God War style storyline, definitely check out Dragonlance. The gods are very active in the story. I will have to check out Dragonlance. Hopefully it's more interesting than the book I am currently reading.
Yeah, that's our library did have a local book sale, and that's where I picked up that Dark Sword trilogy. And when I first saw it, I was like, oh, it's a whole trilogy of books. That should be some good reading for a little while. And then I was looking at it, and it said on the back, the paper cover, you know, it's like written by so-and-so and so-and-so who have written a number of Dragonlance novels. And I was like, sweet, I'm on board. Like, I knew that would be, if not necessarily quality, it would at least be up my alley as far as interest.
Jake says, I'm a book pusher. I mean, I assume as a librarian you would be.
That you are. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I think I got, Joe was talking earlier about wanting to read Warhammer novels, and I think we were talking about that earlier today, just Gotrek and Felix. Definitely some of my favorite stuff is Gotrek and Felix. Not that they were, at least the early stuff wasn't what I would call a super...
castles.
Not what I would call super high quality, but it was good. All right, give me a night. Let's get going here, fellas.
Yeah, Jake says, I like the Nagash trilogy for the Black Library novels. Lots of fun.
You know what was a really... I guess now we're going to be talking Warhammer for a minute.
Which I have
no experience in.
Knowledge.
But if you're going to talk good Warhammer novels, the End Times were such a good set of books that they did not push nearly hard enough. Now, where did my knights go? There's one. I guess I just... What?
You're raising it?
No. Am I? I guess I was. Crap. I didn't realize I was still selected on that. Oopsie daisy.
Go down one more. Or don't. Don't work.
Really screwed the pooch on that one.
Yeah, you did.
Oh well. What are you gonna do? There we go. Now we're back on track. Where'd that knight go? Hey, there he is. Kicking face. Atta boy. Atta boy. Hey, you know what? While we're over here, let's give him a mountain, shall we? Bam!
That was rough.
What we got over here? You think you're doing something special? Earthquakes for you! Oh, that's satisfying right there. So Jake, what's your favorite novel? Let's just pare it down and say of the last year. If I was to come into your library and say, hey, I'm a fantasy or a sci-fi guy, what would you throw at me? Best book you've read in the last year in that genre? What's Sick One say?
He says, the Warhammer Legends books are quite enjoyable. They're a bit unusual in WH novel content, since Warhammer licensed novels tend to mostly be about fairly inconsequential. I'm assuming that it's supposed to be a things there. But...
Oh, look, my little peasants are getting in on the fighting now. Good job, fellas.
Now you've connected the continents.
Oh, yeah, I connected them a while ago.
Jake says, good question. I would say either A, Brandon Sanderson, the Stormlight Archive, if you want a big, epic, sweeping narrative. And I'm assuming there's going to be a B. For something more science fiction, I really enjoyed Old Man's War. Psych One says, download dark fantasy stories that don't affect the settings status quo, but the legends, books, Nagash, Sigmar, Sundering were written to cast light on the major lore events.
Check out that. Smashed Castle. I've never seen that burned down before. It's kind of neat.
Ooh, we should do our review of this. We're supposed
10
to
till?
do it.
Oh, almost.
It's 5 till, but
Yeah, we're supposed to be doing our final reviews at 10 till now to try and stay consistent with things. All right, so let's talk about it. Graphics overall.
not great. But I mean, I guess for the time it came out and it being a port, I guess like they did what they could.
I'm going to go with not great. I do like the fact it's bright colors. I've always liked Super Nintendo games with the bright colors. It pulls the eye in. It's definitely a very interesting layout, graphic interface. I wish they'd come out more on that on your play map. They could have dropped that smaller, I guess, would be my preference. But not terrible, not great either. So I'm middling on that kind of with you. How about sound? I don't think much of the sound.
I don't like the sound.
Yeah, they put very little work into the sound, it seems, which is unfortunate. Eat a mountain. You've got a real quiet kind of music in the background. There's not a lot of in-game sounds as far as, your people don't make noises unless they fight. The ground, I mean, you hear a little gooja, 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 gooja if you hit the earthquake. Other than that, very little sound, which is unfortunate. I mean, it's not the worst thing, but it definitely could use some improvement. And maybe that's because this is a port. Maybe that's a restriction from 1989. Gameplay. Now, Joey's obviously not played it. The graphic interface is terrible because it was originally designed for a mouse. So hitting select to get to your options menu, select, get back out. It's not pretty. Once you get the hang of it, it's not hard. I have certainly played harder games in my life, but it could be better. I'm not going to complain about it. Overall, the gameplay itself, like internally, the mechanics make sense. Once you figure it out, it's not real hard to get a good grasp on. So the gameplay is okay. It's just that user interface that could have been stood to be upgraded. So overall, let's think 1991. Do you think you'd be interested in this?
Probably not.
You're not an RTS guy. That's fair. 1991, I obviously was around. I remember seeing this game in the video store. I remember never renting it. So apparently I wasn't particularly interested in it then either. Would I recommend that people try to go back and play it? If you're a huge fan of RTS games, I'm going to caveat my statement here. If you're a huge fan of RTS games, I think it's interesting to come back to this one just to go to your roots and be like, look, I played that first RTS game kind of, just to kind of have that placement in your background. Is it necessary to do? Absolutely not. Do I think you'll enjoy it? If you've never played an RTS game and you don't have a lot to compare it to nowadays, you might enjoy it. If you have anything to compare it to, Warcraft, Warcraft 2, Warcraft 3, StarCraft, any of that stuff, you're going to come back to this and be like, this is atrocious and bad. I can appreciate for what it was, or what it is and what it was at the time that it came out. I like that. I appreciate that they did it. But I'm going to go thumbs down for me. Caveated to, if you're a big fan of RTSs, it might be thumbs up to come back and look at just to see, where we've come at this point. Joey?
I'm going to have to give it a thumbs down.
Yeah. So, double thumbs down is the final statement for Populous. Caveated by me for a thumbs up if you are super into RTSs and just kind of want to see, where it sort of started. So, what do we got? 9:59. That's it, guys. We are going to be done with Populous. We're going to be getting back into Joey's Legend of Zelda playthrough of A Link in the Past. Thanks for joining us for Populous. If you're going to stick around for Link in the Past, great. Hey, Rob, thanks for joining us right at the end of this. I don't know how long you've been watching, but so, yeah, that's Populous, folks. And I mean, that's it for Populous. We're going to drop out of this and roll back to Link to the Past. And because of that, Joey and I are going to switch places.
We're wearing the same pants.
It's good pants. Is my phone under you?
No, my phone's under me. Is it upstairs? Oh, there it is. Wait a second. There's a Lego. Hold on.
Lego.
There's a lot of Nerf darts.
Oh, yeah. I have no doubt. You guys in the Nerf fights down here. Get your foot out of under me.
Why'd you sit on my foot?
Why is your foot in my seat?
Because I was still moving.
Let's see. Rob just got here going to Stink to the Past. I was going to say, you're going to get a lot of hatred make fun of Link to the Past, my man. Not even just for me, but Link to the Past is a...
What if I just load it?
If you load your save state, I don't
I
know.
don't know where I saved it.
Were you Joe or were you Link?
I was Link.
I don't know where you saved it either, but I don't think it really matters.
Oh, yeah, it does. Because it started me up at the top of Death Mountain.
I forget what we're even doing.
We're in
Swamp Palace?
Second dungeon.
Yes, I think we're in Swamp Palace. One of the best games on the SNES. Yes, Rob, you are right. It is definitely one of the best games on the SNES. Certainly one of the most highly rated and kind of coveted. I'm going to quiet down for a minute while I get some stuff rolling around here.
How come he can go through that, but I can't?
Because it's the game. The game's cheat.
Where am I going? Up, apparently. That's an annoying noise.
It usually
I can't
is.
push those, can I?
I'm not even sure where we're at in the Swamp Palace. I don't hardly remember it anyway. So let's see. What had we talked? We were on novels. We talked a little bit about Warhammer. I read a lot of Stephen King. Thinking of it.
My favorite Stephen King novel is still Cell.
Did you finally read that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember giving it. Cell was really good for a short story by him. If you want to talk great epic, his Dark Tower series is kind of like his Lord of the Rings. Except instead of 4 books, it's 7 books, which is a lot. It was really good, though. Although the ending definitely caused a lot of debate between me and my friend RJ. We were both reading it at the same time, and we had differing opinions on exactly what the thing was trying to get across to you. I have a lot of classics. Every time I go to a book sale,
unfortunate.
every time I hit up a book sale, if I see a classic, I usually grab it if I don't already have it. So like Mary Shelley's Frankenstein and Bram Stoker's Dracula, 2001: Space Oddity, White Fang, all the Alice in Wonderlands.
I don't.
A lot of Jules Verne, Charles Dickens. Some of my favorite books from when I was a kid that I still have are the Mist novels. You see me looking to the right, I'm staring at my bookshelf. Yeah, the Mist novels are really good. I have a bunch of Indiana Jones novels, which is nice because it really expands on the Indiana Jones kind of storyline that, you know, the movies went away from after, well, movies went away from, and they only made 3 movies. We'll disavow knowledge of the 4th movie about that. But the Indiana Jones, the novels were very good. They were right along the lines of all the movie stuff, you know, just kind of silly, fun action show stuff. Love Frankenstein. Only Stephen King I have read so far is The Shining. Shining is a rough novel to get through. It's good, but it's long, and you do have to just kind of power through some of it. To be fair, his the Dark Tower series is very much the same. It's like I said, 7 books was probably a little longer than it needed to be. It took me probably a whole 2 years to get through them all. The Wolves of Kala, which I think is the 4th book, maybe. I remember.
Which way do I have to turn this?
I remember getting into that
way.
and just it took me forever to finish. So, Jake, listen to book 1 of the Dark Tower. Didn't really like it. Snakes. Why does it always have to be snakes? Yeah. So I mean, there's that. I enjoyed it. But the Dark Tower series definitely had some moments where you're like, I wish this would just push on.
Aren't they making a Dark Tower movie?
They made it. It was not good.
Ah.
I actually haven't seen it, but everybody who like loved and read the books and went and saw it said it was terrible. I can't attest to that because I didn't see it. What else do we got? Oh, a good book recently that we read was The Martian. I actually really enjoyed Andy Weir's The Martian.
Mm-hmm. I really enjoyed it. It was
a
very good book.
Yeah, recently had the movie come out based on the novel. Some people didn't like it. They said that the movie was actually better than the novel and that Andy Weir's not that great of a writer.
I disagree entirely. It was a good movie, but I definitely think the book was better.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the movie. I liked The Martian. The Martian was a really good book.
Where do I have to go? I have to get a...
I don't remember. And I'm not trying to concentrate on it.
There is...
We do have the Chronicles of Narnia, which I've only read about half of, even though that's a classic too, realistically. What else we got down there?
This is unfortunate.
I've got the Jurassic Park novels. Oh, we got some Terry Pratchett over there. I did enjoy Terry Pratchett stuff. Ankh-Morpork, the Discworld series. What the hell is that one? The Amazing Maurice. Basically a cat and some mice that live in the wizard school on Ankh-Morpork, and that's pretty funny. Yeah, I got a lot of crap over there. Only which I can only read about half of them. Oh, I got like 9 James Bond novels, which, boy, if you go back and read those, I mean, it's just like watching the old James Bond movies. They are full of sexism and just not copacetic to today's politically correct standards. And even if you want to ignore like snowflake politically correct standards of today, they're bad. Like you can tell they were written in a different time by people of a different opinion.
Where do I go, left or right?
Yeah, I have no idea. Well, not that way now. You got to push them downward. You're gonna.
Oh well, I guess I'm going to the right.
Yep, to the right. Moo.
Wrong choice.
Yep, you had to go to the left. Well, at least now you know where you're going. Stupid water sprites are brutal.
Dang it, wrong direction.
Man, you're getting killed here.
That's okay.
Oh, for goodness sakes. Yeah, left side, left side. Woo! Boink. This is probably the big key. No, rupees, that's some garbage.
You need to go flick the lever over here.
Why?
To drop those orange things.
Gotcha. Whee! Now where are you going, do you know?
Yeah, I have to go back into that other room, but I can't go down because the blue things are in the way.
You've chosen poorly. Yeah, Indiana Jones were some great movies. Especially like the Ark of the Covenant. They do the wax face melting. That was pretty cool. I mean, that gave me bad dreams as a kid, man.
That hurt.
So now you gotta go right, huh?
Yep.
Man, talk about narrowly missing, getting hit like 4 times. Jeez.
I know what I'm doing.
Whatever. Pure luck. Luck, I say. Yeah, rupees. Love the Indiana Jones soundtrack to DM2 as well.
Hey, big key.
Wouldn't have thought of Indiana Jones as the soundtrack for DMing, but fair enough.
I know in our current game of Dungeons and Dragons, the person, one of my friends, the one who's running it, likes to use a lot of Dark Souls music. He uses a lot of the boss fight music for it, and then he just has some basic, like, fantasy adventuring music when we're traveling.
Hook shot!
Yes!
Yes! Hook shot is one of the best items in the freaking game. You gotta hit the skulls, man.
Oh.
Boink! Oh, yeah, baby. Hook shot.
I don't even have a key for this.
Don't you have a big key yet?
No, it's not the big key. It's just a normal key. Where do I have to go for that key?
There's a key somewhere in here, man. There's a door over on the right that doesn't have anything expanded beyond it.
It's probably upstairs, yeah.
Yeah. Or downstairs, or wherever the hell. Little Zora's down there trying to get you. You can hook shot back over.
I was about to say,
You might as well just keep the hook shot on you. Probably gonna need it. Oh, hey, look, key! Swiggity!
How do I get back?
Just jump down and go up the stairs, man. Come on. Preferably without taking a bunch of damage. Oh, except you killed the skulls. You gotta leave the room and come back.
That's unfortunate.
It's awesome.
I'm on, like, the edge of a sneeze.
The edge of a sneeze.
Yes, like when you really have to sneeze, but can't. No, I don't like it. I hate the water sprites. Garbage. Oh, wow.
What the hell was that?
I don't know. They keep flashing right as I attack them.
Damn baby jellyfish. Oh, you gotta push the statue up on it. So here's a question on the novel front, and address this to any of you guys in the chat as well. Joey may not have a big opinion on this, having not read quite as much as some of us have, but what is your favorite novelization that was turned into a movie or movie that you saw and then went and read the book? Like, which is your favorite thing that led to the other? For me, if I'm looking at straight up, what movie or book, one led to the other, what was my favorite?
How do I get over there?
Probably gonna go Stephen King's The Green Mile. I saw the movie first, and that possessed me to go back and get the book, and man, was I super satisfied with the book. And I thought the movie was really good too. Some people didn't. They thought that the movie was poorly done in comparison, but I really enjoyed them. Do you have...
Stupid snake.
Have you even read enough of the books, or of books to, like, compare them to movies?
The only one that I can think of that comes to mind would be The Martian. I know
Well, have you seen the Lord of the Rings movies?
Yeah, I guess.
I was like, I know we've got them.
I definitely think The Martian and the movie book combo are better. I think the movie for Lord of the Rings is probably better than The Martian, but The Martian book was really good.
Yeah, for Lord of the Rings, let's just stick with Lord of the Rings, because the Hobbit movies were...
Not good. I liked The Hobbit.
I liked the
first one.
First one, yeah. The next two really, really fell apart for me. The first one was okay.
Rude.
What the hell are you standing there for?
Well, I don't know where I'm supposed to go.
Well, that way, obviously. Go back to the other room. Jake, I really enjoyed the remake of Stephen King's It. Pushed me to read the book that month, which I liked even more. Hobbit movies were an abomination. First one is okay. Yeah, good. We're all on the same statement there. And I think if you push that onto the Switch, it opens that door on the other side too.
Ah.
I think. I can't remember. Yep.
Ow.
You're having a rough go here.
Yeah.
Ooh, I thought he was going to get you.
Yeah, so did I.
There you go. Drain that water. And then go pull that skull up and hopefully have a heart under it. Yeah, a heart. One of the other books that turned into a movie that I really liked was Jurassic Park. The original Jurassic Park the book was quite a bit darker than the movie was. So, if you guys haven't read the original Jurassic Park, I highly recommend that. The books
over there.
The books had a lot of different stuff that the movie did not. Clemex, Rob says, yes, considering they decided to milk a book that was less than half the length of any of the Lord of the Rings novels into 3 movies. Yeah, I feel like that was a mistake. Jake, I love the Jurassic Park movie a lot. Couldn't stand the book, though. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, I really liked the book. That just goes to show, man, everyone sees everything differently. It's such an interesting, world and dichotomy of just different opinions. This damn dungeon's big, isn't it?
Yeah, I gotta go this way again.
Why is that?
I think this is the direction I have to go. I am not positive.
Jake says, I found Ian Malcolm to be one of the most annoying Yeah, he was a bit on the irritating side.
Why did you go back down, Link?
Because you pushed down.
I didn't touch the controller,
I
actually.
disagree. I think you did.
Where do I need to go?
Oh, go left. Where you at? Yeah, left. Left side. Go open those doors. Go back through the left one. And this is if I remember it correctly, which that's always questionable. Jake says there were some really neat differences in the book and stuff and made the park falling apart make more sense, though, which I enjoyed. Yeah, the park getting torn apart made a lot more sense. You gotta kill all this crap, man.
How do I stop those things from shooting?
You don't. You just have to try and work around it. I know, it's brutal. Anyway, I think you can pull the tongue on that statue. So I go up to it, press A, and then push backwards. Maybe not.
I think I can, but these things keep...
Yeah, well, you can't stop them. If you can't pull it back without them shooting you, then this isn't the one that you have to pull backwards on. I just can't remember.
No, that's not it.
That's not it. Yay for carrying fairies in your pocket. I'll say now, quick jump out the room.
Unless there's something secret behind these. Oh, well.
Ask and receive, huh? Unless one of these is Oh. That was the best. Unless there's a door back. Oh, look at that. There's a door back there. That was awesome.
Come closer, you Surskit.
Yeah, I don't think you can actually hit him.
Oh.
You just have to hit the water and try and not get killed by him.
No. There we go.
Yeah, I think you actually need that top right corner too.
Oh, yeah, I do. It's probably a key.
Well, there's the boss entrance right there.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got here. I missed some things in chat. Jake says, so which is both of your favorite Zelda games?
Ocarina of Time.
Joey's Ocarina of Time. Link to the Past is mine. And that's purely for nostalgia. Like, I don't even question it. Like, this is my favorite game specifically because it is the game that I grew out with. I remember playing Ocarina of Time, and I did enjoy it. But I never beat Ocarina, and I never spent nearly as much time playing it as I did this. Just because I replayed this as a kid. I played it. And then I played it some more, and played it again, and played it again, and played it again. And that's exactly how you defeat that. You have to hook shot it and then kill the bits until you get him down to
Oh.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Just got to work on it.
I don't like that move.
Just stay in the corner. Run for it, Forrest. Doing all right. And then if I remember, once you get all his little guardy dudes off, you have to hook shot him in the eyeball. Look out. Doing pretty good. Considering you came in here with like, what, 5 life or something?
No, I was missing 2.
Yeah, now I think if you hook shot him in the eyeball, oh, I don't remember that.
Uh-oh. I don't like that.
You gotta shoot him in the eyeball, homie.
Oh, while he's doing that?
Yeah. No, maybe
Ooh,
not.
Yikes.
I don't remember. Manitoba. Try and freeze him. Nope, that's not gonna fly.
Yeah, that was correct.
What?
I shot him in the eye.
Oh. Yeah. Look at that bow and arrow in the face.
Ah!
Oh.
Yeah, stop avoiding my arrows.
You're dead! You're dead, Jim!
Alright. Well, why did that one hurt me?
Apparently you can kill him with the ice rod. You
Oh.
have to actually hit him.
Alright. I mean, it looked like he went through it.
Yeah.
Or it through him.
I got nothing for you, Chumley. Jake says, alright, bros, I'm out for the night. Thanks for the enjoyable cast and the book discussion. Thank you, Jake, for joining us again. We always appreciate the return visits. So,
Ouch.
you're supposed to try and get through this without getting hurt too much, you know.
Thanks.
I mean, I'm just trying to be helpful. Just gonna go bow and arrow.
Yeah, it's easier. I mean, not that this is
I say you just gotta
by
shoot
any
him a little
means
early.
easy.
There you go.
Well. Yikes.
What the hell are you shooting
That was the
into
wrong
wall
direction.
for?
I meant to shoot up, not to the side.
Yeah, you have to hit him like 8 times with the bow or with your sword. The ice rod you only have to hit him 4 times with, so...
It's hard to hit him, though.
I mean, I'm not arguing with... You need the hook shot to kill the little dudes off of him, but... Like... I mean, I don't know what to tell you. That's just where you're at. You gotta kill this dude before you can get anywhere else. You know, as much as I like the soundtrack to Link, it does get a little old. Like when you get to the beeping low on health or the boss fight. Dun 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 dun. Ugh. Every game has its slightly annoying part, I suppose.
I hate Navi.
Can't win them all. Oh yeah, Navi's the worst thing ever, I think. It's like Jar Jar Binks.
I don't know why you don't like Jar Jar Binks.
I hate Jar Jar Binks.
I know you hate him.
It's just such a stupid character.
That's why he was there. He was there for like comedic relief.
Oh, but they didn't need it. They didn't need it to that level. Like they took Jar Jar Binks too far.
Hey, I hit him.
Well, now you just gotta do it 3 more times.
That didn't hit him. You can... Ouch.
Don't let him run you over. Jeez.
It is very hard to outmaneuver him.
Hey, was that 2 or 3?
That was 2.
Oh, you got this, man. You walked right into him.
It's so hard to avoid it.
What are you giving it to me for?
We usually take turns, and I've been doing. It's not like doing that part is difficult.
What the hell?
Yeah, they hurt you.
Ugh. We're just gonna restart that right off the stick. Oop. That was the wrong button. I was doing so hot too. I hadn't taken any damage yet.
At least you didn't reset it before you saved.
Yeah, that's true.
That would be very unfortunate.
That would suck, wouldn't it? Yeah, I'll try not to repeat that mistake.
That would really suck in this playthrough. Because I don't think you can save mid-dungeon. We'd have to restart this entire dungeon.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I was just trying to save state so we didn't have to keep beating these stupid little mushroom dudes off of them.
I used to believe they're clouds.
I think they're actually supposed to be like smaller jellyfish, but regardless of what you want to call them. Alright, we will try the old ice roddage.
What's up with that?
Skills, bro. I don't know what to tell you. You asked your dad to beat the game for you. Whoop. Whoop. Oh. I'm just better at it than you. I don't know what to tell you.
Clearly.
Years of practice.
Like I've got shmups. I can do those.
Yeah, you got pretty good at the shmups. That's alright, man. Everyone's got their specialty.
Yep, blah blah blah. I understand. At some point, the knowledge was lost. These prisoners were discovered. The Golden Land was Ganondorf, the evil thief. Luckily, he couldn't figure out how to return to the light world. Oh, you have magic powers. It's only the hero can do. You are only one. Ganondorf the thief. No, Ganon, the evil king of darkness. Do you understand? Yeah, I understand. Typity type.
Yeah, I know. Hey, look. Just be happy I got another keyboard with an A button that works, right?
Yeah.
You can't win them all, man. Take it for what it is.
Oh, whoops. I didn't realize we still had that equipped.
What? Hookshot? Hookshot's dead.
No,
Where are we going? Enchanted Forest, baby.
I didn't realize I still had the ice rod equipped. Can I pick this one?
No, the dark green ones you can't pick up.
What is in here? Oh, don't I get a heart
gallery
from this? I don't remember.
Don't remember at all, really. How many heart pieces you got?
11, it looks like.
Well, no, hit star. I mean, how many do you have until you get another heart? Oh, it's empty at the moment. You're a ways off.
Yeah. Where am I going?
The wrong way.
Yeah,
why do you
wrong
ask?
Direction.
Yeah.
I can't get up through here.
Oh, you gotta go all the way around. That sucks. Ba-da-dum, bum, ba-da-dum.
What is that thing? I turned into this shape. I enjoyed playing the flute in the original world. There was a small grove where many animals gathered. I want to see that place again. I buried my flute there with some flower seeds. Will you try to find it for me?
This is the ocarina. This was the first appearance of the ocarina. I forgot about that. I forgot about the shovel entirely.
Where do we go?
So, if you want to save it, you can travel back to the light world through your magic mirror and start digging around to find his ocarina. I don't even remember what the hell it does. That's really bad. But I don't remember what it does at all.
Let's go.
And see, he's like a little dude playing a flute, yeah.
Can I?
He did say...
Apparently I can't.
I can't remember what the hell he said now. What did he say?
So it isn't like a circle of flowers. Where he played around for a ton of animals.
Dig away.
Like, I'll give you my shovel and you can start digging around looking for it.
I forgot all about the shovel. You're digging on, yeah, it thinks you're digging on the same spot. The shovel's super specific about where you're aiming. Up. It's over there. There's a flute. It doesn't even call it the ocarina yet. I don't even remember what you do with it though. Like that, you don't need. Here's the other thing: like they put in a lot of items in the game, but you don't need all of them either. You only need about half of the things. To a tired old man, you'll find there. He turns into a tree. Yeah, I don't remember what the hell any of that does.
Well, it wants me to go to give it to the old guy.
Yeah, and I don't remember whether you have to be in the light world or the dark world for that.
Probably the light world. What is this? This is stupid. I have to go all the way around. Because I can't go through the dark.
Do save and quit.
Square.
Load your game. Should start you on the pyramid. Go down. Keep going.
Why am I missing health?
I don't know, because you are go left. There should be...
Oh.
I would say you use one of your things, so yeah, go catch her.
Come here. Keep it in a bottle.
Pull up your map. Am I thinking on the wrong?
How am I even supposed to get over there? Do I need to do the thing in the arrow gallery, or do I need to go to the light world?
You might need to go to the light world. I can't really remember.
How do I get back, though?
Jesus, I don't remember, man. Come on, you're talking years ago. Let's look. We'll cheese it out here. To the northeast of the Pyramid of Power. Well, that's your pyramid, so go northeast, I guess. There should be a bridge you can cross the river over there somewhere. You need the hook shot to do it.
Ah.
There it is. Yeah, you should probably just kill those. There it is. Problem solved. Now you can get over there eventually.
I did nothing.
At least you're able to walk off screen. There you go. You got a pretty much straight shot now. Just charge and keep charging. Well, until you hit a fence. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do.
Yikes. Where are you? You're the fortune teller. Why are you in the dark world as well?
Because the fortune teller's a witch. And the witches can do awesomeness. Because they're awesome.
Do I want to charge that thing?
You can. It'll break it. I think you might be able to... Yep. Yeah, you do.
Alright, well, I picked that one up. That's okay. No, come back.
Aww. Wait, here she comes. No! Bummer. Well, you got one. Well, you got your health up. Yeah, there you go. Save state it. You're at full health. Totally worth a save state.
What?
Some of the trees in the dark world are evil. They're big octoroks, basically.
Oh, yeah.
Whew. Those things take a while to kill. Nope. That's a nope.
What is that thing?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing here. Code 222. You human worm.
Rude.
I took your shield.
That's a good game.
That's a good game. Anybody's not aware, we're talking about a board game called the Omega Virus. It was a game firmly rooted in the 90s, that's a fact. Well, there's different paths into the Lost Woods, remember?
Yeah.
So on your map, where did you go in?
Down here.
Yeah, you just gotta go in one of the other entrances. Sorry, Chief. It's just where you're at.
I can't go into the one directly to the right, I don't think.
You're gonna find out, aren't you?
No, I can. I just couldn't go in from the village. Ah, the bees.
Go in the skull face.
The what? Oh, what was that?
It's you falling into the dungeon. I forgot about the stupid hands.
Should I?
Yeah, you've got to try and avoid the hands, or they'll drag you back up and drop you in the middle of the damn thing. That's awesome.
I don't like this.
Yeah, well, you're in it now. Better or worse, Chief.
What am I supposed to do?
It's the dungeon. Start clearing it out.
Where am I going?
I don't remember. You got a key. You're going that way. Why do you ask? Stop running into the
I didn't mean
spiky
to.
things. Jesus.
This game requires precision that I don't have. I also don't like that. How the enemies basically just stand on top of you. Should I just load back to the other thing?
You can, yeah. Oh god, how far back did you save?
I'm back at the witch's hut.
Oh, but you saved it after the ocarina and everything, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That could be worse then. You can smash all those bricks.
I know. I did.
No, nothing in them.
Nope.
I couldn't remember. So I think tomorrow we'll start our playthrough of UN Squadron, which is another shmup. Much more unique than a couple of the other shmups because it has a currency system. So every time you beat a level, you get money. And there are 3 different characters you can play with different attributes, along with the fact that there are a lot of different airplanes that you can buy, which makes it quite interesting. Pissed off that bee again.
God, there's no way to solve that, is there?
The bee? Not really, man. I mean, don't hit the flower, I guess. I mean, you can put it in a bottle, but then you have to lose one of your fairies. Wait, you don't have 3 fairies, do you?
No.
Yeah, stick it in a bottle. If you release it, it attacks the enemies on the screen, so... I mean, there's that.
What? Angered that thing.
The skulls are easier to kill than the stupid plants. Dude, that is... You can almost avoid most of this dungeon, but you have to get further to the north. Like, you gotta try not to fall down that specific hole. Easier said than done, I know. So anyway, UN Squadron. Different in the terms of shmups that we've played so far, as it is not a futuristic in the space shmup. You are flying airplanes on Earth, so you're not free on gravity and anything. Still, one of the things I do want to point out is that unlike R-Type, it is more like Gradius in that you can purchase power-ups, which is a huge deal. There's like 8 different planes you can buy over time that also have different abilities, and so I'm pretty excited.
Gonna come out here, right?
Huh?
There's not going to be a hand.
No, I think the hand's only further in the dungeon. Like, this open starting area is not a big deal. I think you can hook shot across there into the wall. I'm probably wrong.
There's no point in it.
Oh yeah, you don't have the key to the stupid chest anyway.
Welp.
That wasn't the way to go. I forgot that thing freezes stuff just like the boomerang does. Man, the hookshot's such a good weapon.
Yeah. Isn't it basically just a better version of the boomerang? Because doesn't it grab stuff as well?
Yes. It is basically a better version of the boomerang. Except I think it can't shoot over things like the boomerang can, I think. Bummer.
What do I do?
Leave the room and come back. Oh, I forgot you can get the vines. Sometimes there's doors behind the vines. I don't remember. Well, something fell. Hard time.
Leave me alone, please. Can I attack the stupid hand?
I don't remember. I mean, you can certainly try it. There's nothing saying you can't try. Doesn't appear that way. You've died again.
Good.
Oh, yeah, I'm good.
No, we took
We
turns.
got 10 minutes left. I don't want to. Getting a little frustrated. That's allowed to happen, you know. You're allowed to be frustrated. It's a frustrating game. Oh, hey, you can kill the hand. Sweet. Look at that. And it just comes back. Because it's a prick. Bomb it. Bomb the skeleton thing in the top. I don't know if that works. I'm merely spitballing an idea.
I mean,
And the hand doesn't come down if you're on the silver spots, does it? No, it does. Don't listen to me. I think, push that. I don't know what the hell you're supposed to do, man. Go back up, I guess. Go through that door. Obviously, you're not doing anything in that room. I think you can hook shot the enemy across the way and pull yourself across, maybe?
whoops.
You're not supposed to walk off. The enemy appears to be gone, though. Oh, hey, look at that. Apparently, you just had to aim. Go figure. I bet there's some hearts under those. Yeah, baby. Nah, I would just stop pulling them up at that point. Once you finish...
There's another heart.
Oh, I think once you pull that last one up, he kind of free roams. Oh no, he's stuck there. Ah, look at that. Swizz.
Not really sure what I'm doing here, though.
Well, there's a bombable spot on the wall over there.
I see it.
Clink. You got the map, too. You can always check your map at this point. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like I'm heading left.
Indeed. Bombs. You can hook shot across. Might as well. They're skulls. They're not going to do anything except give you stuff. Where are you going?
Well, if I hook shot across, I'll be stuck.
Yeah, that's probably not good. Yeah, never mind. I'll shut my face hole. Well, that's interesting.
That is unfortunate.
Not sure you can get anywhere else here. Look at your map. Is there another doorway over here somewhere maybe that we're missing?
It says directly to our left. And then the one down there, which I can't get into.
Kind of short a key, huh?
The heart.
What's outside the dungeon door here? I think you may just have to try and find a different hole to fall in. Yeah, so go northwest. The pathway cut. Yep, going that way and go in that door.
Ooh. I've never experienced slowdown in this game.
Oh, did it slow down on you?
It did.
Those bros got a lot of health.
God.
Hand doesn't make it any easier, huh? Good golly, Miss Molly. No! That was wrong. You push it over, push it down.
What?
Now push it down, 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 down. Now push it over.
Why?
You have to pull it up behind you. There.
What do you... My hook shot broke.
broke.
No, it just wasn't. I guess not.
Wasn't hook shotting?
Yeah.
Is the hand coming down in this room?
Yes.
The hand's a real pain in the butt, yeah? And you can't stun those dudes? That sucks.
Screw the hand.
Ooh.
What the?
Oh, Frustration City. Ouch. Oh, I'll tell you, homie. It's just a rough go. Save and quit. We're about done for the night.
There's no point in saving and quitting. It's not gonna do anything different.
Well, I guess that's true. So before we roll off for the evening, let's take a look at what we've got coming up in as far as box art. So starting tomorrow, we're gonna start what would have
still hearing that?
Yeah. Oh, that no. Once you kill the game thing, it goes away.
All right.
So tomorrow we're gonna be doing UN Squadron. Now we're not gonna look at the instructions tonight, just because I don't feel like pulling those things up. But we're gonna look at the box art here. So box art wise, what do you think?
I mean, I don't know. It doesn't look super cool, but
It doesn't get across what the game is.
yeah.
If I was to look at this box art, I would say, oh, well, I mean, I would say I'm flying a plane.
Right.
But it doesn't say shmup to me. It just says flying a fighter jet. I don't remember when Top Gun came out. I think that was a movie of the 80s. Let's see
Top
real
Gun had
quick.
some good music.
It had like 2 good songs on it, but yeah. 1986. So this was not coming off of Top Gun in any way, shape, or form. Actually, I think this is based off like a Japanese anime. Something like that. So, I don't know. I know it's a shmup. You know it's a shmup. It's made by Capcom. Capcom puts out quality games. So I'm going to assume it's a quality game. But I'm pretty interested to get to this tomorrow. So, thanks a lot, guys, for joining us tonight. We're going to cut out here and join us tomorrow as we play the first play of UN Squadron. Have a good night.
Good night.